Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 40 of the International Pentagon Challenge. So it's been a ridiculously topsy-turvy past few episodes. Obviously we got the England job, did really well in terms of qualifying for the World Cup, and we're really unlucky to lose in the Nations Cup semi-final to France, who went on to win it and reach the World Cup semi-finals, and then we just completely collapsed in what really should have been quite a straightforward group. Losses to the Czech Republic, who we beat and drew against in qualifying and finished first two in our qualification group, and we then lost somehow 3-1 to Chile, along with that famous somehow missed shot from about 3 yards out. But as we discussed at the end of the last episode, post World Cup or post kind of big international tournaments, international managers always get sacked, and there were quite a lot of jobs on offer, like the United States job, Germany job, Italy job, and whatnot. And one thing we said was, even though I've obviously applied to the European jobs, it is going to be a bit more of a struggle to get the big European jobs. And when I saw the Japanese job on offer, I kind of thought, well, you know what, this will be a great opportunity to use the reputation boost we got as England manager, go back to Asia as a continent, and actually try and cross off a continent from our list of continents that we want to conquer within this International Pentagon Challenge. Because really, we've managed quite a lot of nations so far, but we're really yet to conquer a continent because we've just been building our reputation up to the point where we can really manage one of the big boys in a continent. And I think it's safe to say that Japan are probably the big boys of Asia. They probably are the best international footballing team in Asia. If we take a look at the world rankings, to be fair, the Republic of Korea at the moment are ranked slightly better than Japan, who are ranked 43rd, but I think Japan have been struggling in game, and that explains why they are ranked 43rd. I think in terms of Asia, it is really, really tight between both Japan and the Republic of Korea. So in a way, I don't really feel like this is a job offer we can refuse. Tasty wage as well. Just before we jump in, let's just take a look at what our reputation looks like beforehand. This is post 2026 World Cup. I've just realised that Eddie Howe has one of the worst opinions on me because I never used to actually bring in Tarkowski to the England squad, and in the last episode I was saying it would be great if he got the England job after me, and he has a bad opinion of me. Fair enough. So our reputation, 2 stars exactly, decent, and a 40% reputation. So we'll now accept the Japan job and see whether or not that gets us a boost, and it most certainly does, because we're now managing basically the biggest side in Asia. And I think that could be a 5% boost. Yeah, 5% boost, 45%, which overall really is just great for us. We're 31 years old at this point. We've still got a massive, massive career ahead of us. And if we look at our job history somewhere, hello, here then, I guess. DR Congo under 23s, Angola, North Korea, UAE, England, and now Japan. So overall, I think we've done well so far. Now, I'm just going to go away for a few minutes, take a look at the Japan squad, take a look at our main players, and we'll call it a day for the episode. Here we go then, our national pool. So obviously I've not really had time to decide who I want involved, who I don't want involved, but we'll just take 5 minutes to take a look at our kind of top players, because the Japanese always produce awesome regens as well, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm excited by the fact that I've taken over Japan at probably an all-time low. So yes, it was a group of death in the World Cup that they were in, but you know, if you look at how they did in the East Asian Cup, other than a win against North Korea, they still lost to South Korea and China. So that's probably not good enough by Japanese standards. They've been struggling for a while, and it's up to us to try and fix that. So, best player, probably down to the fact that he plays for Real Madrid, which says a lot about him. Valued at £33 million, is Tatsuya Uchida. Central midfielder, looks a great player. Could be a little bit better technically, but it's easy to see why he's a Carrilero, because he's physically very, very good as well. So, kind of like very similar to the role Paulinho plays for Barcelona at times. And I think the fact really overall that this guy kind of plays for Real Madrid emphasises really how much of an important player he is going to be for us going forwards. Next is Daiki Nagata. I'm not going to lie, these are difficult names. Probably not as difficult of the names as we had at North Korea though. So again, very pacey player, which isn't really that useful for a defensive midfielder. Very good work rate. Okay tackling, okay marking, bit of kind of like a ball winner it kind of seems, or segundo volante as it suggests, because of the pace that he has in terms of running forwards. He's newly joined Marseille for what's probably, I was going to say big bucks, 7 million quid, but his contract could have been expiring at Toulouse, but he's valued at £30 million, so we're going to have to try and see how we can incorporate him into the side as well. Kenichi Seki, striker, plays up front for West Brom in the Premier League, probably alongside Rosenthal to be fair. Last season, he had 4 goals in 11 appearances in the Premier League, which isn't really too bad, so he's not exactly lighting the world on fire, but you know, 15 finishing, potentially 15 composure as well. Very pacey player. If we perhaps have a big guy to put next to him, or if we've got pacey wingers, that could affect how we may want to look to potentially play. And depending on how good his dribbling is as well, that could affect the role we kind of play him in. But generally speaking, looks a tidy player. Would be nice if he could use both feet and was a little bit bigger. But again, let's not bite off more than we can chew. When you've got a striker this fast, chances are he's not going to be very big. It will obviously affect how we look to play as well in terms of service towards him as well. So Kenta Takasaki, I'm not going to lie, doesn't look very Japanese. He's probably a bit mixed. Okay, is he half English? I'm not sure, you know. No, I don't think he is. So yeah, he doesn't look very Japanese, and all these players will get faces like what we did at England, basically. But I've just not had time to put the faces in just yet. So he's a complete forward, 172 centimetres, so again, not that brilliant in the air, but probably at 19 years old, plays for Chelsea, probably will get loaned out a fair bit if he plays for Chelsea. But, you know, if Chelsea have snapped him up from Japan, you know, he must be pretty good, and he still needs time to develop, this lad, but that blistering pace that he has could be very useful in terms of, you know, bringing him off the bench, or maybe playing him down one of the wings where he certainly can play down the right hand side to utilise his pace. So again, another very tidy player. And last but not least, for the kind of top 5 players we're going to look at, we've got Han Fyong-il, 25 years old, plays right back. Not really my kind of full back, to be honest. But still okay physically, so as long as we don't put too much emphasis on him maybe crossing the ball into the box, because he does lack technical ability, he could very well be the type of player we'd utilise. One thing I like about him is that not only can he play down the right hand side, but he can also play down the left hand side as well. He's either footed, which gives us a nice bit of depth, because fullbacks I find are always a bit of a pain when it comes to international management, because it's such a specialist role in the modern game. And that is basically it for our top 5 players. I've really got to go now, kind of assess the types of players we've got at our disposal, and we really need to make our aim now as manager of Japan. We've already qualified for the Asian Cup 2027 next year. that has to be our top priority. So if we look at the top winners, Iraq were very fortunate to win the 2023 one, which you might remember from when we were the UAE manager. We took a look at that. They basically won every single game 1-0. Like, they didn't play brilliantly, but they somehow still, they got out the groups and just won every game 1-0, and even the final 1-0, I think it was. Australia, obviously, are probably very, very big rivals in Asia as well. I kind of forgot that they're in Asia. I was thinking Oceania had a cup of its own, but I guess they might have a cup of their own, but they're involved with Asia. So they're going to be one of our main rivals as well. But as we can see, Japan, you know what I mean? So we are really, we are a big side within this continent, probably bigger than England are in Europe, without a shadow of a doubt. So for me, we've got to now capitalise on the fact that we've got the Japan job, and we need to cross Asia off the list. In a way, it's a shame if we do manage to cross Asia off the list, because there are quite a few interesting teams like Australia, Saudi, who will be fun to manage, but you never know. We might fail hard with Japan and end up having to manage one of them either way, but we'll have built up reputation within this continent at least. And I do think the fact that I do have a previous reputation managing North Korea, managing the United Arab Emirates, really did help us get the Japan job. So that is going to be it for this episode. I know these kind of update episodes can be a little bit boring, but they really are key in terms of the series. Next episode will more than likely be the Asian Cup, actually, because we don't have that many friendlies coming up, and we're obviously not going to have a small cup. So next episode will just be taking a look at the group we've been given, run you guys through kind of the tactical approach we're going to take, and depending on how much time we have left, probably then play all of our Asian Cup games, or play our first Asian Cup game, then have one each episode. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. One thing I do want to mention is I noticed that in the past few England videos, the gameplay was a little bit laggy. Like, I know I've mentioned this before, I don't know what it is with Football Manager 2018. Like, my computer is a very powerful computer, and it should be able to run Football Manager with the, like with ease, and it has always run Football Manager with ease. And I'm a software developer, so I know what I'm talking about. I've not just dished out like loads of money and I'm concluding that I've got a good computer. If you're interested in my hardware specs, ask in the comments. But this year, and I know someone else has had it in the comments too, this year Football Manager just seems very laggy and strange. I don't know why it seems to be happening, but that kind of explains the jitters. So I've been playing around with my OBS settings, which is the program I use to record my videos, to see if I can tone some stuff down, see if it helps. I'm not really quite sure. Some people have told me it's helped to kind of reduce your in-game Football Manager graphics to like lower settings, but then that would make the videos look lower quality, but it would probably be smoother. So I'm experimenting with it right now as well. I know in the past few videos there's been a lot of background noise from me being frustrated with England, waving my arms around and hitting the microphone, so hopefully that won't be something that continues to happen as well. And hopefully you didn't even notice any of what I was talking about in the previous episodes. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know how you think we'll get on with Japan in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.